Hello, welcome back to day 6 of Vlogmas. Today I'm going to see how many bells I can make in an hour and kind of give some tips and tricks for making the most bells. You can see I have 0 bells in my pocket. We're going to start with 0 and see how far we get. And you can see I've already picked up all my shells. I forgot to start recording. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is just sell these shells. I always feel surprised by how much money you can make from shells, so I thought it was worth including here, just because especially the longer you play, the more likely you are to just leave them on the beach and never pick them up. So the Nooklings are going to give us over 5,000 bells for the shells, which I think is a pretty good start. The next thing we're going to do is harvest all of our produce. So I'm going to shake down all of my trees and pluck all of my produce in my farm. Ideally, these would be plants that were fully ripe with 3 vegetables on them, but I forgot one of the days of watering last time they were growing. I actually just grabbed all my fruit off of my trees yesterday for something else, so my orchard is currently bare, but that's okay. Of course, you can sell all those items just as they are, but the better option, which is what I'm going to be doing, is to either craft DIYs or make food dishes with what I have. This applies to crafting materials too. If you harvest a bunch of stuff and then sell it, it's always better to make something out of it because the price of the item is always going to be more than the price of the individual ingredients. I cut out about 10 minutes here of me just going back and forth to the twins just to make sure that I was correct in saying that. So you might see that reflect in the time, which I'm not counting towards my hour. But what I'm going to do here is just craft or cook anything I have in my pockets and just keep going until I don't have anything left. Just starting with flour and sugar, obviously, so that I can make more recipes because I don't think you can do anything with just sugar cane or just wheat. This salad uses quite a few things. If I just had a couple more orange pumpkins, I could have made a lot of these actually. It just uses one of each of all these. That's pretty good. So I just keep staying in this craftable tab until I have made everything that I can. Okay, last thing, I'm going to make a bunch of coconut oil. So with everything, we're going to make 47,000. That's pretty good. I should have seen how much just a pocket full of ingredients would have made. Next up, we're going to empty our pockets because we are going diving. Out of all 3 critter catching options, I prefer to dive over everything else. I think it's the most lucrative of the 3. Fishing, I think, takes longer and is more frustrating. Bugs in general, unless it's like summer when you have those big beetles that can be like $8,000 to $10,000 each. Unless you're getting those kinds of bugs, to me, it's just like really not worth it. Whereas you can get tens of thousands of bells from diving. I'm probably a little biased because I love diving. I think it is so satisfying. Like I love the like haptics in the controller. When I first started playing, I thought diving was so fun that that's all I did. And that's how I paid off all my house loans was diving. I only did turnips like probably maybe 3 or 4 times, and I only did them after I'd pretty much played through the majority of the game. I never really did them at the beginning when I actually needed bells for stuff. And I was playing a lot at night. I think that the diving is better at night. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they're more expensive creatures out at night. Of course, going to give Pascal this scallop so that he'll give me a pearl. I have all the mermaid recipes, so he'll give me a pearl, which I think is 12,000 bells, so obviously worth it. So I'm just going to go all the way around the island, fill up my pockets and see how much that gets me. If you didn't know, you can go to the edge and watch Pascal eat his scallop. It is unreasonably cute. I do think that they decrease the spawns of oh, that's a big boy. I do think they decrease the spawns of the diving creatures because I feel like I'd fill up my pockets like, you know, going maybe halfway around the island at the beginning of the game, and now it takes me doing more than one full lap around my entire island. So that's kind of lame. I don't know why they would change the spawn rates like to decrease them. I just find the sounds and like the feel so soothing when you're diving. I don't know how people play this game with their sound off. I love the sounds of Animal Crossing. Okay, pockets are full. So let's head on back. So you can see so to fill up my pockets, I went like 1.25 times around my island. I used to have to run to the shop in the middle of a lap around the island. Just gonna make some seaweed soup, because again, if you can make it, it's worth more. And we've got 65,000 bells. That's pretty good. Definitely the pearl plays a part in that, and you won't always get that, especially if you go multiple times a day. You can also dive on a Nook Mile Island. It's a smaller island, and it's actually good too if you're looking for a specific creature. I find that I have better luck at Nook Mile Island just because it's a smaller island, so you're dealing with less spawns to compete with. Okay, pockets are full, so we can head back, see how this one, oh, empty pockets. No tools. Gotcha. Move it, fishy. So this pocket full is 38,000, which is about half, which is kind of surprising, honestly, how different those pockets were. I didn't sell the seaweed because I forgot to make it into seaweed soup, so just doing that now. And the last thing I'm going to do is going to be a storage clean out, just kind of go through, see if there's anything in there that I've been hoarding that I don't need. And this can apply for items and also materials. So if you find that you have a million bamboo and you never make anything with bamboo because it doesn't fit the vibe of your island, just craft a bunch of stuff with bamboo and then sell it all. There's no reason to keep, thousands of stacks of bamboo or whatever it may be if you don't craft a lot, or if you don't need the materials but you need bells, make it into something and sell them. Especially with the update and all the new items, I've been just kind of hoarding whatever I find, but I'm just kind of taking a look and thinking realistically, like, do I actually need this? So I think I'll actually use it on my island, because once you have it cataloged, if it should come up out of the blue, you can always order another one. So it's difficult for me, but I do have to kind of keep on top of my tendency to hold on to things even if I don't actually need them. So I got a pocket full, so let's see how much this gets. 77,000, that's pretty good too. I didn't think it would be that much, honestly. And that's our hour done. So let's see how much we got total. 235,575 in an hour. I think that's pretty good. You'll have to let me know if you're like, I made 5 times that doing XYZ, please let me know. This is my formal apology if you thought these were 99,000 bags. They're actually 10,000 bags. Sorry if you felt misled. Sorry for the clickbait. Thanks so much for watching day 6 of Vlogmas. Let me know the most bells you've ever made in an hour, especially if you did it without turnips. I've made millions of bells at a time with turnips, but I think that in general, that system is a little bit harder to do, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of connections that you play with. When I did sell turnips, I sold them through a Facebook group, so I wouldn't have been able to do it if I was just playing on my own. So these things may not be new to you, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Remember, always craft or create something with your materials. Don't sell them by themselves. You've just watched day 6 of Vlogmas. That's a video every day between now and Christmas. If you'd like to keep up with me elsewhere on the internet, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Pocket of Fish. And I'll see you tomorrow.